She said, "Only you. Open it alone."
Every family keeps a secret. Mine kept a debt. Everyone in my family dies at the same age. I turned that age this year. I hadn't been home in 9 years. Grandmother was the only one who wrote to me, and she told me to stay away.
You came. Good. The family must be complete.
My father, his sister, their cousin, all gone before 40, all like me. She said, "Only you. Open it alone." Her handwriting, decades of it, and on the first page, my name. My grandmother wrote in her journal, "If you are reading this, the favor to pay the next debt has fallen on you. Forgive me, I could not stop it." My grandmother knew exactly how I would die. She'd seen it before. She left me a journal. By page 2, I was terrified. She used the word like a wound that never closed. It began with him, wealth for the living, a life from every generation, signed and called a blessing. One by one it collected. Always the favored, always too soon, always the same way. The scholarship no one expected, the promotions, the luck, it was never luck. Every one of them. The same age. The age I turned this year.
We let it take one, so it would spare the rest. Don't wake it. We let it take one, so it would spare the rest.
My uncle locked me in. He locked me in with it. My grandmother left me a map to the basement, so I followed her map down.
They hadn't just buried the secret. They'd buried the door. And there it was, the mark from her drawings, the mark from my dreams. I had been drawing it since I was a child. I just never knew its name. The cold came up first, like a held breath finally let go. I came to open the door. The door opened for me. I should have run. Instead, I went down, into the dark she warned me about. The door under our house opened on its own, so I went down. The air was older down here. It tasted of iron and time. And then the walls opened into a room that should not exist. Beneath my family's home, the altar. Exactly as she drew it. Stained by things I didn't want to name. The stains were a century old, but the wax under my fingers was soft, still warm.
This place wasn't abandoned. Someone still came here. Someone still fed it.
Fresh offerings, placed with care. The debt was never forgotten, only hidden from me. Among the offerings was a photograph. Someone has been feeding the thing under our house.
Fresh offerings, placed with care. The debt was never forgotten, only hidden from me.
Among the offerings was a photograph, old, and it answered a question I hadn't dared ask. Someone has been feeding the thing under our house. Recently. The man who began it all. The one who knelt here first. He died rich. He died old. The only one in our line who ever did.
And I had seen that face before. This week, at the funeral.
Uncle Emeka. He didn't just resemble the ancestor. He was becoming him. A ledger. Every payment, every name. In the same hand across 100 years. Impossible. And there, at the bottom, in ink still wet, my name. My name was already in the book. Someone had promised me to it. While I slept upstairs, the man who started our curse looks exactly like my uncle. It wasn't only in the book. It was in the stone. My name, cut into the altar in fresh wounds. The collection was already arranged. And then the cold came again. But this time, it had a shape. I never saw all of it. The mind refuses to hold a shape like that.
It knew me. It had been waiting for me my whole life.
Amara. You shouldn't have come down here, Amara. But now that you have,
He didn't follow me down. He was already there, waiting, like he knew I would come. My name was carved into the altar, in fresh cuts.
You carved my name. You promised me to it.
someone is chosen every generation. I have carried that weight my whole life. Your father, your aunt, I chose them to spare myself.
They trusted you, and you fed them to this thing.
If no one is given, it takes us all. You are the favored one to make the supreme sacrifice this time, not me. I already gave it your name. Tonight, when you turn the age, it collects you.
A scream, a fall. The toll had already begun.
He had given it my name to save himself, and there was no taking it back, he said. My uncle was waiting for me at the altar in the dark.
There has to be another way. Grandmother thought there was. She wrote it down.
Nenna was a fool. She thought she could cheat it. It cost her everything.
His fear told me what his words wouldn't. She had found a way, and it terrified him.
But we were out of time. The altar had begun to wake.
I'm sorry. It has to be you. It cannot be me.
And then, from the house above us, a scream, a fall. The toll had already begun.
Someone upstairs just died.
Someone upstairs had paid for Emeka's panic. The debt didn't wait for midnight. My own uncle offered me to it, to save himself.
My cousin, Young, bright, favored, in his own way, gone in an instant.
No, it was supposed to wait. It was supposed to be her, not my son.
Tell them. Tell them what's under this house. Tell them what you've done. And I saw it in their faces. They all knew. They had always known. They had all chosen silence. I would be the first to choose a fight. One death wasn't the payment. It was the warning. Tonight, the real collection would come for me. She had left instructions, half finished, a way to close the ledger if I was brave enough. The debt could be refused, but only at the altar, only by offering it something it could not take. I went back down to meet it, this time on my own terms.
It was fully awake now, and it was hungry.
Midnight, the hour I turned the age that had killed every favored child before me.
And on the final stroke, it came.
I return it to the one who signed it. Take back your own.
And on the final stroke, it came.
It filled the room like cold water, and for the first time in 100 years, someone stood to face it. Tonight, I turn the age that kills everyone in my family. Every instinct screamed to run. I made myself stay. I refuse the debt. I return it to the one who signed it. Take back your own.
For one breath, it faltered. No one had ever refused it.
But a debt this old does not let go easily. It wanted what it was promised. And then it spoke, not in sound, in the marrow of my bones.
Amara, you came to refuse me. They always think they can. You came to refuse me. They always think they can.
It knew my name, it knew my plan, but it had never met my grandmother's last secret. The thing in the dark just spoke. It said my name.
It pressed down like the weight of every year it had been owed.
Your blood signed me. Your blood is mine. There is no refusing what you are.
But my grandmother had written one last thing, the thing she died to learn. The covenant binds the willing. It cannot hold one who gives freely what it tries to take. It could take what was promised in fear. It could not take what I offered freely.
Then I give myself, freely, and a free gift is no debt at all. The ledger is closed.
I had offered myself freely, and the oldest rule of the covenant turned against itself. It knew I came to refuse, and it wasn't afraid. It reached for me and found nothing to take. A gift cannot be stolen.
The book began to burn, every name, every debt. 100 years unwriting itself. The thing that bound us to it was tearing, but it would not go quietly.
If I cannot take the favored, I will take the one who fed me. A debt must close in blood.
And then I heard footsteps on the stairs. He had come back. It wanted what it was owed, and it had found the one who owed the most.
He had fed others to it his whole life. Now it had turned to him, and he didn't run. There was a way out, but someone still had to pay.
You broke it, Amara. Now let an old coward do one brave thing.
That's not what I wanted.
It ends the only way it can. I gave you my brother, my niece. The debt was always mine. Take the debtor.
It took him the way it had taken all the others. And then, nothing. For the first time in a century, the room was only a room. All that was left of him was a ring, and a silence I had bought too dearly.